Hello and welcome back. I am coming back with a really exciting announcement this week. In case you missed it, if you're not already following over on Instagram at Candace Catherine, what are you waiting for? I share like daily things over there. But I have officially announced that I am starting the journey to baby number 3. I was talking about it last year. I was kind of putting feelers out there for myself, really, just to see if I was really ready to do it. And it didn't feel like the right time ultimately. You know, there was a lot going on with the kids and with business and everything. And I feel like I've gotten into a decent rhythm now that I feel like it's doable. So it's happening. This is not a pregnancy announcement yet. It is an announcement that I am starting my baseline testing at the end of this month. It's actually next week when you're watching this. So super exciting. It's happening. I'm feeling really positive. I am kind of looking at it as it's going to happen. It's going to be really easy for me. I'm really big on mindset and manifestation. You already know that if you've been around probably. So law of assumption, I assume that things just go really well for me, and they usually do. And that kind of sounds obnoxious, but it's a law for a reason, right? I like to put positive energy out there and assume that the best is going to happen. So I am already looking at baby names. I'm discussing baby names. My daughter and I have been talking about things. I've kind of get like, you know, I'm looking, checking it out to see what's out there. If there's any cool names that maybe I haven't seen or heard in a while, because I haven't had a new baby in a while. I mean, my son is already 3.5. But yes, it's happening. I'm taking you with me. Like I said, have 2 appointments next week. I'm doing my blood work, which the blood work is going to see, they're going to be able to see a bunch of things. You do like your AMH levels and all those things. And yeah, I think that's going to be good. I'm not a big needle girly. I don't love getting blood drawn. So honestly, I'm more nervous about that than anything else. Just because I'm a giant baby. So that's going to suck, but I'm going to do that. And while I'm at it, I actually had my doctor, my gynecologist, gave me a requisition to do blood to see where my hormones are at, completely unrelated to what I got from the fertility clinic with my fertility doctor. But this is also going to see where I'm at because I previously talked about early menopause. So we're going to see where I'm at there too. So I'm going to be getting a lot of answers from this blood work from both of my doctors that are following me pretty closely right now. Very exciting times. And I also have my ovarian reserve ultrasound the day before the blood work too. So, and that one's interesting because when you go in for your ovarian reserve ultrasound, you need to be between day 2 and day 5 of your cycle. So you really have to time it. And here I actually found a place that does it that's covered by Medicare, which I know everywhere is different. We're very lucky here in Canada. However, the last time I did that with Leo, I did it private because I didn't even know it was an option to do it under Medicare. And it had a hefty little price tag on it. So that was nice to see that, hey, there are options. But what's hard about that is because the things that aren't expensive usually on like a big wait list, right? So I had to really figure out where exactly I'm gonna fall from my day 2 to day 5 and try to figure that out and get an appointment at that time. And I lucked out last minute to get that appointment. So timing is everything, and it's another green light, which is great news, makes me feel good. So yeah, all of that's happening next week. So again, I'm going to bring you guys with me. I'm going to try to film as much as I can. Some places allow you, some places don't. So I'm going to do my best to just document everything. At the very least, we'll talk about everything that happened. But yeah, so that's step number 1, is always getting your baseline when you're conceiving as a single mom by choice. I get this question a lot. How old am I? I'm 36. Last time I conceived, I was a couple days shy of 32. So, you know, after 35, there does seem to be a decline for women in our egg health and our egg reserve. But again, I'm feeling really optimistic. I'm not letting those numbers scare me. If things come back that, hey, we're not looking as nice as we might have thought, like when you were 32, then we'll do IVF, you know, because my plan, yes, is to go in with IUI. We'll do it again. If we're going to have to do trigger shots or anything, we'll see. I'm not jumping to anything yet. I'm just kind of assuming that it's going to be the same way it was with Leo, which was unmedicated, IUI, took me 3 times, the 3rd time, boom, done, and it was easy peasy. So yeah, I'm assuming it's going to be the same. We'll see what happens, right? But yeah, so that's the first thing that you do when you're on this journey, just to see your base, see where you're at, see what the best plan of action is for you. And then there's the donor search, which is interesting because I think I may have touched on this previously, probably last year actually. So if you've been around, you might know, but my son, I used a donor, but I only got 1 vial, and that vial, boom, done, worked. And that donor is no longer available. So not a deal breaker. It's not something that is a necessity for me. Would it be nice that they have the same donor? Sure. Or that I use the same donor to conceive? Yes, but it's not the end of the world for me. So, but I have been looking at other donors. I love Fairfax Cryobank. You guys already know that. And they have a ton of great options. But I've also been putting feelers out to see if anybody has any of the donor that I use, because sometimes other families will buy multiple vials and still have some in storage. And sometimes if you have a decent relationship with them, they'll be willing to sell it to you. So then I could have the same donor for this pregnancy. So I'm asking, you guys know that I'm inside of one of the Dibblings, which is donor siblings Facebook groups for my son too. And with that, I'm asking around, does anybody have that they're willing to part with? And I'm trying to put feelers out to hopefully secure more from that donor, but we'll see. I'll keep you updated, like I said, as things come, as things progress. But yeah, so I'm playing it by ear right now. Again, I want to get my baseline. I would love to do my first IUI in May of this year, ultimately, just to be able to time everything and then my cycle. May would be cool, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be June. Again, I'll keep you posted, okay? Another thing that I'm doing to prep is looking at all the baby stuff that I still have. There are benefits to being a hoarder and being someone who gets emotionally attached to some belongings. Being that, I've kept lots of my kids' little baby clothes, and not only baby clothes as they got older, because I always knew I would have at least another one, which was my son. And it was if it's another girl, they grow so fast. They grow so fast, and then they go and they get it all, a pair of pants wrecked, and you could throw it out, and then there's extras. And I always thought that there was going to be a bunch of crazy kids running around, and it's just easier to have extras, right? But yeah, there's still some stuff that I need to get. I had 2 bassinets with Leo. One was gifted, one I had already bought. But I gave away one of the bassinets, so I still have one, and it's on wheels, which is great for the first couple months. They're not in a bassinet for very long, so it's not an essential, really. I just found it really convenient myself. Especially as a C-section mom, it's nice to have something that you can move from room to room, just for convenience and for comfort, again, because of having a C-section. So with Leo, when I was recovering, I had his bassinet in the living room, and then I would just take a power nap on the couch while my daughter was at school. I wouldn't have to carry him to a completely other room. And I liked to be out with the big bay window with the sun and, the light too, which is nice, not being covered up in my room the whole day. So, if we moved from my room to here, whatever, I could move the bassinet with us. So it is a great thing to have, and they have some really affordable options too, but totally recommend. That was a bit of a tangent there, sorry, but if you're thinking about it, it's a good idea, but not a necessity. But yeah, I have so much. I have a swing, a baby swing, which that too, they don't use forever, but it's a really nice to have. I even have boxes of diapers that were never used, because a lot of times people give you newborn diapers or size 1 diapers. And I have big babies, they're 9 pounds, 3 ounces, both of them when they were born. So no, sorry. Riley and I were 9 pounds, 3 ounces when we were born. My son was 8 pounds, 12 ounces. So, or 11 ounces. Wow, great mom. No, 12. Sorry. But yeah, they're big babies and they grow so fast. So it's I actual boxes of diapers that were never opened. I reached out to donate them. Nobody ever answered me. So I just kept them because I was like, well, if I'm gonna have another baby, I'm gonna use it. So that worked out, hopefully. But yeah, so I have tons. I have tons and tons and tons. I have sleepers. I have all these things that, again, they wear like 5 times maybe, and it's all good, right? So lots of stuff. Baby towels, I have tons, which is probably sick, but comes in handy. So there's an upside, okay? We have so much storage space downstairs. It worked out. However, when we did have a little bit of a flood last summer, end of summer-ish last year, I did have to lose some stuff that was like just in boxes that did get wet, and it was like, ugh, gotta get rid of that. So yes, I'm taking inventory of what we have, what we need, just to prepare. And yeah, I mean, I know that I'm probably gonna formula feed probably right off the bat, because I struggled both times with both of my kids trying to nurse. I had a lactation specialist, I had everybody come in and do the thing, and they both had lip ties and tongue ties and all these things, and we got them cut, and it was still, they were struggling, and they were very hungry babies and very impatient for my milk to come in, and it was just like, I don't want to starve my child either. And I just decided, with the support of my their pediatrician and my own doctor, that it was like, girl, just formula. And they gave me really good formula and prescriptions for some, and it'll likely be the same. That doesn't mean that I won't try, because I want to give them at least the colostrum, just like the first little bits that do come, because it is so nutrient dense. And it's beneficial to the baby. But that's another thing that I have to plan for, is formula, which we'll likely be using, and bottles, because I did hold on to some bottles, but bottles get like yucky, like especially the nipple of the bottle gets yucky over time. It gets worn, so we'll need new ones. I kept those ones more for like sentimental, one for each kid, because it's just, they were little babies once. It's really cute. Again, I know it's probably a problem, but we could talk about that another day, okay? Don't judge me. But yeah, so there's little things we gotta get, which is exciting. Have you ever been baby shopping? Oh my God, it's so fun. And what's really cool about it is that my daughter, she's gonna be 10 in like 2 weeks. It's sick. But she's like all over it, right? Because she's bigger now. She's like, oh, mommy, let's go see what they have. Let's go check it out. Let's go shopping, blah, blah, blah. So that's really fun. It's a different feeling, right? Because when I was having Leo, she was 6 and she was excited, but it was different. Like, she was so little, right? So it's a fun experience to have an older daughter, or older child who really gets it, and she's like really involved. Is so excited. Another thing, mentally preparing for a third. It's honestly, like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel overwhelmed when I think about just like the logistics, like school days, especially. Like, sometimes now I'm like, guys, we need to go, like, hurry up. And then Leo's into this and he's playing and doesn't want to go, and he's 3 and he's like, I'm not going anywhere, and he's a toddler. And then Riley's running late, and then, oh, mommy, I forgot this, and oh shoot, where's my water bottle, and and motherhood, life with kids, right? Insanity. But then I'm like, imagine the newborn is crying and fussing when this is happening, and we still have to like rush. And then, but again, we will get through it. There's the plus side, because the thing is too, with doing this, I get to decide when the baby would come ish, right? Like, nothing is guaranteed, right? Some babies are born early, sure. But I get to kind of control when I try for the IUI, right? And I'm like, do I plan it that it's summer? I hate being pregnant in the summer. Oh, especially when you're like big. Like, Leo was born in September, so all summer I was like carrying around a watermelon, sweating. Like, I felt so like, get him out of me. That was rough. But then for Riley, I was pregnant for the majority in the winter months, and she's born in April, like early April. So it was like nice. Like, I could walk around like it's Canada, we live in Montreal, so it's like we get winter. But like, jacket fully open, just letting the belly live its best life, and it'd be like, oh, when I'm not like sweating to death, right? But then there's lugging around the car seats. If it's like the baby's born in February, let's say we do like a May IUI, the baby's born in February, here that's like snow, like snow, like cold. And then the baby's gotta be in the thing with the thing with the extras, and then the kids got to have the boots and the snow pants and all this stuff because Leo will be in school. So it's like, there's a lot. We're weighing things, okay? But again, I also know that I've done it both ways with each kid, and there's pros and cons to everything, but in motherhood, you make it work, you figure it out, you find your footing, and I know we'll figure it out no matter when the baby's born. Obviously, maybe we'll be needing to wake up a little bit earlier to kind of get out the door. Maybe I'll get the kids on the school bus instead of driving them, so that kind of takes away a bit of the time. I don't know. We'll see how it plays out, okay? See, this is what happens in my head, by the way. I'm just, we're talking like we're besties here, and I'm letting it all out. So sorry and thank you. You should probably send me a bill. But yeah, I feel pretty prepared though in terms of like not sleeping, because my kids already don't sleep great. Not newborn not sleep, but like Leo is up every night now because now we're afraid of the dark. This is like, I think it's been going on since around Christmas time, a little bit before Christmas. I don't know if like Santa freaked him out, the fact that like just people in the house walking around while everyone's sleeping. I don't know what it is, but it's been a few months now that I haven't slept all the way through the night, so I'm tired. But this is just God's way of just preparing me for the next couple years, right? So we're taking it as it is. I'm as prepped as I'll ever need to be. But yeah, I feel good. I feel really empowered. I feel just, I don't know, proud of myself that I've gotten to this point where I'm like, hell yeah, I'm gonna do this. And the amount of people that are on this journey with me, including you, is, I don't know, just really exciting. Whether or not we've met or talked or anything, it's just really encouraging. And I'm proud of you for being a part of this community. I'm just proud of us and all of the women that are choosing to grab life by the cojones and just make things happen. And what a life we're creating for our kids and showing them that anything is possible. So yeah, I mean, that's where I'm at. That's my announcement. Again, I'm going to be bringing you through all of it. So if you have questions, concerns, you know I have tons of resources for you. I'm linking everything below. But yeah, I'm here. Send the questions. If you want to keep it more anonymous, send me an email, a DM, all of that's linked in my bio. But yeah, thanks for being here. Have a fantastic week. See you next week. It's going to be a good one. Come back.